Requirement 11.4.2 establishes that internal penetration testing must be performed. Now, the PCI Council has clarified back in a requirement 11.4.1 what do they mean by internal penetration testing. This may result in a change in interpretation for a number of PCI assessments. So specifically, internal penetration testing is clarified to mean that it is performed both from within the cardholder data environment, within the secured zone of the CDE, but also from both trusted and untrusted internal networks. So, for instance, if you have if your cardholder data environment is located in, Amazon Web Services, for instance, and if you have, a network connection between your CDE and your place of business, then that would be a trusted network, and we would need to perform the penetration test from that office location as well. Now, if you also have segmentation controls in place and only part of that office is in scope, some of the networks in the office are in scope, but others are not, then we have to perform the penetration testing from both trusted and untrusted from the perspective of the CDE internal networks. That is a point of clarification, and we want to make sure that we get that point across, especially as it might affect some of the assessments that are out there. Okay, the other requirements that we see under 11.4.2 speak to performing the assessment under your defined methodology. Take a look back at 11.4.1 if you want to see what should be in that. There's 9 points that need to be addressed in your internal penetration testing methodology. It needs to be done at least once a year and also performed again after any significant infrastructure or application changes. It needs to be performed by either a qualified internal resource or a qualified external party. And then we also need to validate and assure the organizational independence of the penetration tester. It does not necessarily need to be a QSA or an ASV, but we do need to make sure that the person performing the penetration test, especially if it's an internal resource, has no operational responsibilities for any of the components that themselves are being tested.